You...
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Farina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success. But to answer your question, I am Focalor. You know, the god.
Focalor? Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. And I was almost growing barnacles by the time I finally realized there was only one possible solution to this confounding conundrum. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least, while saving everyone at the same time. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and not to mention the original sin of creating a new race of humans, I dare say she left me quite a colossal mess to clean up. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human by Egeria's hand?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be part of the greatest opera ever known. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as meek and vulnerable as she wished. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess, as were her shortcomings. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly principles. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part. I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is only... Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being. I cannot begin to fathom...
It has indeed. It's been 500 years. And all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my august self, but I must ask you to keep to the rules. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. I am... Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Wrestling rebuild! My apologies. Embrace the ice!
Now disappear!
Take flight! Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Let's get this show on the road!
Take flight! Kamisato art! Sometsu!
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're... Mirror me? Mirror me.
The prophecy.
What prophecy? Wait. The people will all be...
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing I know for sure is this prophecy. Will it really come to pass?
Yes, It will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die?
Oh, don't worry. I will tell you how to save.
Oh, as for the suffering, but if there were...
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role. That of the new Archon.
Play as...
That's right. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role of a god without being exposed.
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Being a human yourself, I'm sure... Remember...
So...
To a but...
A trial, huh? The maze... What should I say? I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, I know little about becoming as the god Focalor. Once again, this... I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more... assertive.
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just be a Maison-backed puppet.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Right. Calm down, Farina. Assertive. Now, I was wondering if some... You may consider my previous act. Now then, let us be reintroduced.
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor, for we have heard it said that no, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of may law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. There is no trouble in so long as I...
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Lady Farina.
Besides, a
That's true,
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now. Do your duty.
Lady Farina, I don't know what...
No need. All right.
He's...
Lady Farina.
I see. It's as I thought that all manner. Really? Have they found any? The day is finally over, but it's good to maybe this is fine.
Lady Farina, here.
They'll be...
Lady Farina.
Indeed, my...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant...
Understood. I don't think I let anything slip today. I must show the people that there is nothing to worry about. I feel utter...
Lady Farina, it's like I've heard that the first...
What is it?
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is...
No wonder. No wonder.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must I never met, have I want to tell someone, and all I can do is keep heart.
Farina, you don't... Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me. I'm what you'd call a witness.
A witness? Yes, I've heard that and if to that is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you? If that's the case... He's right. I could confide in him, couldn't I? But if things don't play out as expected... No, Farina. You shouldn't be selfish. But what if, Farina... Is it such an outrageous thing? If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, think about it. Long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina, the Archon of Fontaine. Everything will surely get better. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these, it seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works, but that is only half the truth, is it not? How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine, yes?
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along. Am I right?
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the God of Justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these but really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was the vast majority had to be accumulated to enact this death sentence.
It was all a part of your plan then? Both the trial and the sentence?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Oratrice, but...
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning what's... In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet. Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face...
All you've done...
I've never quite... Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Were they not guilty of essentially the same crime? Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matter in other words, defying the... At this point, Iudex Nervillet, the highest judge in our land.
So when I was at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries, you are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Ex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection?
But so...
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to... We should seize the opportunity to pursue our traveler. Now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me the root of the calamities. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come. Done my best to separate the power of the primordials away. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power. We shall look for an opening together. turning into hostility.
My apologies! There is no escape!
Allow me!
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself.
Illusion shattered!
Why is there a rolling beam thingy over there? It looks really scary.
There's no escape! Take flight! Embrace the ice! A round of applause!
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress this root from within.
Uphill battle! My apologies!
Let's move out.
Illusion shattered! Take flight! Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Hyman has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. All in all... The point being...
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master?
Oh, right. His name is Sertologi.
I am unfamiliar with that.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhindaughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhindaughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. I don't actually know them either. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person? Hyman didn't quite catch their name.
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright?
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. This old soil can skyship winglet. The various disputes. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would find it all the harder to find a word with which to classify him. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really—
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having the value for these big scoop, Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute.
And that's exactly what—
are you sure?
Oh, this time— Gotcha! Navia!
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update my...
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people, but we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. I especially like that article you wrote last year about Fontaine's stray cats. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interests as the Spina.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorinde?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right. She really came here to help me out.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision-makers. And, well, I do already happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of...
Forget it.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor, for Navia's sake?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And smile.
How did it go? Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and fresh. Also, not to
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Nervillet, and he told you, right?
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, I told him that it would...
You're right.
Stay safe now, and...
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgia.
Looks like you've been missing it.
Duke! Did you?
Of course.
It's an honor to find.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. I've already taken all the photos we need. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you, then?
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've definitely got more of that genius vibe going on. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreated a myth back there, like an emissary of legend. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh. Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really? Well then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of thing before. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some pretty photo,
Sure. Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, same old.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurrier? Miss Lurvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems...
Oh!
What change can there be? As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be a next...
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right, last stop, the docks. Flavia mentioned that she stayed in touch.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous bag that trick a friend. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I...
You sure are working hard to help Fremine social...
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler? Father says that you...
that's alright.
Oh, I guess you... After Lady for...
A diplomatic gift!
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. But when I thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem a bit...
I would agree, but I've also heard that... It seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's...
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that. But back to the topic. The Gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance. Please do not pay my accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as Harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not just switching my masks. Yes, well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about... The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must... All right, then.
Well, guess we said Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see what Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so...
comes the finale.
So, you really are here, Neuvillette. Kinda didn't think you were going to have...
Really? Oh, in any case, you came at...
Aw, fun. All right, let's have it. Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed it, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontanians from dissolving.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea. But so long as, in other words, when
Focalor must have counted on you. Yeah!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case, but whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the... whether it was due to...
Guess Focalor... hang on a second. Back when Fontanian...
Life has always flowed like water.
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain is where all the water...
In truth, even those Oceanids who...
Paimon sorta gets it now. Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use. But it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you. In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Neuvillette?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third Descender on your person, yes?
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, The bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third descender you referred...
Master, if you're interested though...
Next time, you believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not.
The remains of... So that's what...
All the same, assume...
And she said that...
If she speaks the truth... I guess that you might already... That means that the no...
Like... No, like comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all? That's what you say, but...
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind...
Alright.
Yes.
But...
I suppose that would be the mystery. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. And what ultimate...
There's no limit to the number... of tricks I can pull off.
Commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps? Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
Actually,
don't worry.
To put it simply, but the troop has... That's right. There are only a few...
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What if... Even if we took the commission, neither of...
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? Paimon approved. Hello there. Are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two. Are you real?
Wow. But
If we can't find someone to step in, all our sets and if we had a way to make
disband.
Oh, I get one last show. Nobody wants things to just the show just won't.
Got it. We have a what if
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Good point. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who? That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her! You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope.
You're not wrong there. But even if she's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Farina might feel a bit out of place. Well, yet... Fair enough. I'm sure everyone of course...
No point in stressing about... Besides, things are different now.
Thank you for your help.
Wait, where does Farina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Ooh!
It is my duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, now that we've... Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just,
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni. I used to have a much wider... Not at all.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling.
How rude. It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Besides, I'm sure I could
Varen.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoot!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad! Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either.
My help? Well... Maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about... So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so... specific? I see. After all, but...
How come?
True, but although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on centuries of Of course, that can't be undone, but at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
Paimon can understand, but... This is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
However, if I make an exception to the rule now, so I'm not going to perform.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me. Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help. True, but I mean, could you even blame them?
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Farina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the It's too bad, but we have to respect Farina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Exactly, but none of them believed me.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I...
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both...
Sorry, I was just dealing with a...
Sadly, it's a no for...
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid.
Jeez.
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I share every one of us.
You're right.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and...
Farina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before... I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine.
I felt very... But in any case...
Yeah.
There's no... I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must... Everyone seems...
Everything's been going...
Her name was O'Reilly.
What?
That's actually how I read.
She was a loyal fan of... She rallied many people, loved our
And then...
Yeah. After that, the entire troop fell into disarray. None of us know any... It's agonized.
Oh.
What a I suppose it's...
Yes, exactly.
Well, good thing I followed the Traveler here. I know what you're... I can, but only...
Oh,
We unfortunately...
I don't need something I've The law only... What about all the unresolved and interest? Take,
You just want to get back.
No.
The name's not...
Would you be willing to join me?
Thank you all so much. Our director... Alright.
Lady Farina?
What's Lady Farina?
Hello all. These two over here are the ones that made it possible.
You bet.
You helped bring our...
Oh, please.
So, you were saying the little...
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's one of our greatest...
Wait, but if it's not finished...
Yeah. We've been battling issues on every... The protagonist, she longed to... But one day, her true identity was...
So far...
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether...
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main... The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. The other is He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity?
Our director was constantly singing your praises.
But one by...
Makes sense. He went back to Poisson.
I thought the last thing...
Yeah, maybe...
Poisson? Nothing. I suppose my present... So, allons-y. To Poisson!
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it? it's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
Alright. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is what even once he's done.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity. So, you're here for Palo? Looks...
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds Get over here, you!
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never... Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have... And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Farina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am... Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have. I'm so grateful that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. I'd be overjoyed if the people... Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified.
I'm not surprised you're making your...
I can't let my...
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How... I'm sorry.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different...
Great. Well, I don't know what... As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them.
They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, but then the floodwaters.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only—
I've had to go. Eventually, fortunately, we were able. Everyone rose to their responsibilities. And I finally regained my freedom. But...
I would have never...
A reward? I guess so. And back then, I was scared of believe in the I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really...
So that's where you...
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. At least the choice. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should...
Sure! Okay, let's...
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat?
Come on. Anyway.
Are you kidding me? I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me.
Oh no. We're back! Could you maybe put your...
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly...
Great! So you...
Me?
He was original.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Ocean.
That's right. He has some pretty if you become human.
Wait, that sounds kind...
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we...
You mentioned earlier about the...
Yeah, I spent some years... It was like that. She took me on...
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. I was a lost... The other kids were... One day? Yeah.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here.
Farina? The Farina?
Please.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Yes, the script, of course. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of this. She finds love and the people start to know the little Oceanid. In the end...
Consciousness?
Water as a...
Since the little Oceanid is her lover accepts the little Oceanid.
And then?
In the end...
Huh?
Well, she mainly...
Through her love for her human...
There's actually something else. You know the protagonist is... If we're serious about...
That sounds like too...
That ending would be a On the day when she went missing, we waited and we looked for her.
The director?
I've been trying to...
Vilma?
Yeah.
Grief? Because...
What?
It's time to be upfront with... I did tell... She said that we were all like... Not that it came... I said... Maybe one... Well, maybe... And now... So if I'm the one...
We've all had our differences of opinion.
Well, if that's where we're at, look...
Are you ready to face...
Honestly, I'm... Funny you should ask, though.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
This is tough going. Delphi.
As if this journey...
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the Traveler here. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up.
Precisely! As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my—
Sorry to leave all the—
Don't worry, piece of cake.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Step right up. Let's get this show on the road.
Illusion shattered!
Now disappear. Magic can't cheat death, you know.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Vilma!
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Vilma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the— We took on side jobs. So, anyway, one day it seemed like a win. The drink in question was—
Isn't that the drink?
I freaked out, but she didn't. The merchant was— I was going to sort it out, but things— I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too—
Yeah, listen—
Stay calm. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut.
All I can say is I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. End my life.
Get out of my sight.
That's enough! Can you stop conflating the show on stage? You keep saying...
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the... But in her own... What she wanted. I understand.
Yeah.
So think hard if you really hate each other. But you can't bring... What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that... For a moment there... It felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
She was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So...
Clearly, the end of the story needs to focus...
What do you mean?
The Traveler's if you could find...
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on Aureli's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
You want to review still,
So,
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they share with a different
let me take a look. Looks like she kept it deep. If we'd had the chance...
Lachey took so many...
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait. It cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero, and I can't bear to think how wait. If you become...
Isn't that the most important line?
Because I...
Oh!
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped. She had their utmost... Let's go.
The smuggling case. The list of involves...
What does it say?
The principal offender, those with close among them...
So many
Yes, it seems like he's closely related.
Monsieur Neverland, someone claiming to be from the Spina Dur. He said, and... Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly?
I too am for...
She deserves a hero. Even in the last...
She did her best. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance, to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
But really? How can you be so sure when you...
Don't underestimate my experience. If you want to move the audience and aren't you, I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bring...
Thank you for the...
Then, let's...
Actually, before that, I'd like during the curtain call...
Huh? But then...
After all, besides...
Well...
All right, I'll leave you...
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's a...
That place?
Whoa, wait.
No, that's...
What are you afraid of?
No.
It is supposed to be your grand finale.
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from
relentless as expected. Wretched vermin! Psyche insects!
Break the ice!
Behold! The wind rises!
Let me. But how should I make the most?
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
But... oh well.
Yes.
You're Essa?
Yes.
Did you write that?
I did.
Orders from
Domenico.
Domenico? Where is he now?
the fortress of...
Well, looks like you'll have to...
You've done more than enough.
Leave the formalities for later. If he really is so...
All right, then.
Hey, look at that! Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, Traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean?
Yes.
At first, in the past, maybe it's...
I'm truly delighted now that you've regained some...
Why...
Well, if the the experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo, it would truly be...
Haven't I already... Nor do I... This experience...
I see. I sincerely hope...
Thanks, Nervalet.
You are very well...
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
Good news, everyone. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, we've had to fight a touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us! We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing! Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's real...
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful.
Leave this place, oh little
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time. If only...
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage!
Why does it have to be—
Hey, what's going on? Oh no.
They've...
What?
I figured...
How could you do this to your—
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
You...
Miss Farina...
Say no more. Loic, your character...
Oh, yeah.
Please take Delphi back.
Thank you, Miss...
Never mind. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so...
I do not doubt your... What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure. She never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I leave direct...
Is she here yet?
Let's get here!
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My... wish...
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis, serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now. and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The Little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on!
Oh, she's back?
All right, calm down. Don't... After all...
Yes,
It's no big deal.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that... I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the
You'll be good!
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very...
I've had bad luck.
Blaming your bad luck?
Oh, don't you...
Aw, you two...
You mean we never...
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. What about you, Miss Verena? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite alright. No need. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone. Yeah. But from now on, I want to watch them blossom. I'm sure that.
Sounds like you're ready to. The more you get out into the world, the more.
If a vision, then I should do my best to honor it.
Here comes the finale!